fesautobody.com.
Coming up on 10 minutes before 5 o'clock, it's time for a check on traffic. With Total Traffic's Scott Bradley.
Rainy conditions starting to slow down traffic out there this afternoon. This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life. A little bit of standing water on James Road southbound right after Broad Street. It's reported over the roadway, so careful if you normally head that way. Riverside Drive southbound at Hard Road, working on an accident. Right lane is blocked. 315 southbound after Goodale. We've got the right shoulder blocked by an accident in that area. I'm Scott Bradley on WCBE, Central Ohio's NPR station.
Funding for All Things Considered on Central Ohio's NPR station comes from our donating list.
In 36 states will choose governors. About a third of those races are considered toss-ups, super close contests. We're going to check in on some of those tight races this week, and we start today in Wisconsin. We'll show the Republican governor, Scott Walker, in a dead heat against his Democratic challenger, Mary Burke. Craig Gilbert joins me to talk about the dynamics of the race. He's national political reporter with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Craig, welcome back to the program.
It's nice to be with you.
And let's start with the Democrat, Mary Burke. She is a former state commerce secretary and executive at Trek Bicycle, and now serves on the Madison School Board. Today, she's getting a boost at a campaign rally in Milwaukee from President Obama. And not many Democrats want to be seen campaigning with the president, but Mary Burke does.
President Obama is coming into Wisconsin, into the heart of the African American community in Milwaukee, to a high school which is located in a voting ward where the president got 99% of the vote in 2012 against Mitt Romney. He's here for a very specific task, which is to drive turnout. Democrats really rely on a big turnout from the two cities of Milwaukee.
Well, we have some here.
To win elections, and they've had much more success turning out their base in presidential elections than they've had in midterms.
Well, let's talk about the Republican incumbent governor, Scott Walker. He drew national attention with that bitter fight against sucker unions in Wisconsin, and then a failed effort to recall him in 2012. Why is Walker having to struggle to hold on to this?
Really
well, you know, one thing that we've seen in all public polling is that
show that we have it so people don't mingle with There's 15, 16, 17, and 18.
There hasn't been a lot of unity.
Thank you.
And Governor Walker hasn't really oriented his coalition politically since those elections.
Well,
and if you think
we'll post it on
2010
Facebook, or
really
we'll just let people know when they come in.
and you think about 2012
because we
winning a recall,
know
where some
mostly
voters,
who's after
had
45.
reservations about Governor Walker, but didn't like the recall process. You can sort of see how this election really ought to be closer to those two elections than it is.
You have written, Craig, that there's been about $16 million spent on broadcast ads in Wisconsin.
One on one side, one on the other.
Yeah, and then EPs will have
about either campaign,
4 songs.
despite all that money.
Do they sound
This is
better?
one of those races where opinion is so dug in about the governor.
Yeah, it's debatable.
They
can. Well, thanks for bringing them in. If you find some more, just bring them by.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it now. Have a nice day.
You too.
What they're really divided about is the
Yeah, I
governor.
mean,
Scott Walker
they
has
sound
been
great
considered a likely Republican
record player.
contender for president in 2016. Craig, do you figure he still is, even if he retains his seat but wins it only by a narrow margin?
Well, I think he's viable if he wins it by a narrow margin. I think the better he does in this election, I think the easier it is for him to sort of make the argument that here I am, a governor who governed as a conservative in a purple state. That's his story. And if he wins, he can tell that story. If he loses, he can't.
Well, Craig Gilbert, thanks very much for talking with us.
It's a pleasure.
Craig Gilbert is national political reporter with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel.
Finally this hour, we're going to hear from an artist who makes electronic music. Artificial sounds, but in the most natural of places.
I sort of Googled for lots of spaces and found this studio spot. It wasn't really a studio, it was an island off the coast of the UK. I am Aaron Charles, I go under the artist name of Subtract.
Subtract, that's S-B-T-R-A-T, Subtract. His first album made him a regular on the festival scene, but after 2 years of live shows, Subtract needed space, a new environment.
And this island is called OC, and it's only open every 4 hours out of every 12 with a tidal road which runs 2 miles from the mainland. And the rest of the time it's kind of cut off. No one lives there. And it had like this sort of summer house in the middle which had a little bit of
in the Jag.
set of speakers and stuff in it. And I
The
just
classical
thought this was the
collection, I
perfect
think,
location.
that
It's kind of isolated, and I could sort of invite people
temporarily.
over and just set up a sort of
I
studio
know that there
environment
are
that I
some more
wanted to
there.
kind of create.
The artist's name is telling. Subtract strips down his songs, unlike the usual complex mixes in electronic music. He even performs live wearing an elaborate mask.
To go
Some
west?
might see a Picasso painting inspired by African
Well,
patterns.
the easiest access would be to just go to Weber Road, and 71 is right over
While
the
electronic
tracks.
music may be most associated
Yeah, Weber
with
Road is
urban
right
environments,
the next
it is not
intersection.
where
Oh,
Subtract
the next intersection
Uh-huh.
is Weber Road.
And you want to take a left and get in the center lane and turn onto Weber Road. That'll take you to 71. And when you get on the 71, you'll to go west.
Yeah.
You'll take 670. You'll say 670 date
Okay, so 71 would be 71 north or south?
south.
Oh, 71
Well,
south.
where are you headed to?
West.
West on 70?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll be the quickest way to get to
so
70.
71 south.
71 south.
Okay.
Don't, this time of day, you don't want to mess with going all the way downtown. Take 670, and 670 will take you into 70 eventually. Just
Right,
follow the
right.
signs that say date.
Right, so I'll go down the street here and the next intersection down this way.
Yeah, it's right here. As soon as you leave from here, Weber Road's that light you
Okay,
can see from
and
here.
turn left on Weber Road, and that'll run me into 71 south.
71 south, you'll see Speedway. Right by Speedway is the entrance ramp
Okay,
to
down here, okay.
Have a safe trip, so
Hey,
it's
thanks.
wet out there.
All right, well, thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
And then through the course of different ways of discovering music, through DJing or like through playing a piano or drums or stuff, I kind of put all these things together, and that's kind of how I came to the point I am now. I had one brother, basically, and he became a doctor. But yeah, we grew up, like, we were 3 years apart, and we were both born on Christmas Day. Sadly, he passed away last year from cancer, but it was kind of had a tumultuous couple of years. I think the song Wonder Where We Land is inspired by my brother, I suppose, but also, you know, in song terms, the circumstance of where I recorded and the environment and the space it was made in, and the idea of the journey, the album, but also, I suppose, how that fits in with life too. One of the things that I try to do as an artist, I suppose, is I like to never repeat myself. It's always that experimentation is why I became a musician, and the idea that there's always a space you can go and a place of something you can create which is different.
Musician Aaron Jerome goes by the name Subtract. The album is called Wonder Where We Land.
You're listening to All Things Considered.
Support for NPR comes from NPR member stations and from Lumber Liquidators, hardwood, bamboo, and cork flooring with the Floor Finder app for iPad and iPhone. Learn more at lumberliquidators.com. From Constant Contact, committed to helping nonprofits with email marketing, events, and social in one toolkit. More at constantcontact.com. From Zurich, providing risk management and insurance solutions for those who truly love their business. Learn more at zurichna.com. And from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. This is NPR.
Funding for news programs on Central Ohio's NPR station comes from the listeners who donated during last week's on-air fundraiser, and from the Wellington School, where fearless learning is celebrated in preschool through grade 12. Wellington will host a middle and upper school student visit day on Thursday, October 30th, starting at 9 a.m. Details are available at wellington.org.
In the forecast for Columbus and Central Ohio, showers likely tonight, low temperature 44 degrees. For tomorrow, partly sunny skies with a high of 57. Overnight lows in the upper 30s Wednesday night. And for Thursday, mostly sunny skies, but cooler, high temperatures only reaching the mid-50s. Currently, we have 65 degrees and overcast skies. This is 90.5 WCBE FM in HD Columbus, 106.3 FM in Newark, online at wcbe.org. It's 5 o'clock.
Ethan Cirillo was a son, father, brother, but for us, he was a soldier, and he was an Argyle. He was a brother in arms.
The funeral of Nathan Cirillo, shot to death while guarding a war memorial in Ottawa.
For Tuesday, October 28th, this is All Things Considered.
I'm Robert Siegel.
And I'm Melissa Block. Also in this hour, Kansas Governor Sam Brownback's tax cut strategy may cost him his job.
For a business owner, you're better off having those teachers and those jobs that they then shop in town and help you out that way versus lower taxes. Well, if you're not making any money to start with, the taxes mean nothing if their sales are down.
On the 100th birthday of Dr. Jonas Salk, we remember how the polio vaccine was tested and proved effective.
I think parents at that time had a much greater sense of risk versus reward. They saw polio every summer. It came like the plague.
And teaching about events in Ferguson in St. Louis schools.
Now,
from NPR News in Washington, I'm Jack Spear. President Obama says the U.S. cannot be seen as shying away from the battle against Ebola. On the South Lawn at the White House, the president was leaving for a campaign event today, telling reporters that is not what the nation's about.
America, in the end, is not defined by fear. That's not who we are. America is defined by possibility, and when we see a problem and we see a challenge, then we fix it.
The president's comments come as Amber Vinson, the second of two nurses who tested positive for Ebola after treating a man at a Dallas hospital, has now been released from the hospital. The very man died from the disease. Vinson helped fuel Ebola fears in the U.S. since she had flown to Cleveland aboard a commercial flight after treating the man. President Obama confirmed he spoke by phone to Vinson today. The 21-year-old friend of accused Boston Marathon bomber Shahar Tsarnaev has been found guilty of